All right, Capricorn, here we go. My 10th stop on my 12-stop Zodiac fly-through here for the August 2026. This incredible soulmate cycle, let me tell you. Let's see where we go. Let's cut the deck. Let's get theme energy for Capricornication here. Let's see where we go. Ace of Pentacles, that's nice. And a Two of Wands. And a Page of Pentacles. You know, the Page of Pentacles from a lot of decks has been coming up quite a bit. Feelings, right? I think somebody has strong feelings for you. That's what I think. Yep. Strong feelings for you. And they might, they might offer you an apology. They might try to make up with you, but they might have a motive for it with that. But I don't get anything too bad off of that. This is just theme energy. Somebody setting their intention to inform you, teach you about how they feel about you. I think the feelings are stronger than they let on. I think they come across as a Page of Cups, but they're the devil, right? The guy with the weed in his Trans Am wants you to go down to the car. It's fine. It's perfectly safe. God, put the T-tops down. People can see. It's that kind of, don't go. No, don't do it. Don't do it, right? You might as well have Dateline NBC waiting outside. Right, wait, we're here to a future story. We've got the cameras right here. Nah, I don't get anything that bad off of it. You'll be all right. All right, here we go. It's just they have stronger feelings than they're letting on, that's all. All right, it's a general reading. The backside of the soulmate cycle, it's a Cancerian themed cycle. On the opposite side of that, surrounding Cancer, you've got Gemini, right, Cancer, Leo, and all that kind of stuff. And on the other side of it, you've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And it's pretty intense right now on the other side. But if you think about it, we got a lot going on in Aquarius. We got Pluto in Aquarius right now, which is hammering, hammering the backside of this soulmate cycle on some level. We'll see where we go. All right. It's a general reading, may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Terry here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Stretches right up into early part of September, maybe up to the equinox. All right, the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, keep your wits about you. Okay, just listen. It's no big deal. I'm joking about Dateline NBC wait outside with the cameras, right? They don't have some psychic who's anticipating news stories. No, you're all right. I'm just saying somebody's got stronger feelings for you than they're letting on. They come across like a little page. It's a nice, sweet apology or it's a nice, sweet hello. But this is the waters run deeper than what they're letting on. All right, so keep your wits about you and don't be delusional about people. 10 cups. Look at that. All right. I'm just saying. Look, I mentioned as a joke the Dateline NBC thing, or 2020 or any of that stuff. I mentioned it all the time. Look, as part of my people watching studies, I watch that shit, and I have written down. I have made notes. An exorbitant amount of the time, those things could be created. Those stories wouldn't have happened if people hadn't been delusional about people they're with or people around them. Let people show you who they are. So if somebody has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on, and they're coming across like a Page of Cups, then you don't just want to listen to their words. You want to sort of observe how they are. How are they behaving? Are they standing a little too close? Because a page wouldn't do that. Are they trying to be a little too touchy-feely? Because a page wouldn't do that. You catch my drift? I mean, it's just that. Just don't be delusional here, okay? You're perfectly fine. There's things going on that you don't know, right? There's my Queen of Cups underwater. More proof for you. This is why I throw the cards. I don't need the cards. I read energy, okay? I'm a freak, bona fide freak, and I say that with love. But look, this is what gives it impact. You get the pictures. Oh my God, how did he do that? Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't do shit. It's the energy. Now, Queen of Cups underwater. There's deeper love here than you know. So pay attention and don't be delusional. All right, be careful. That gets you into trouble. Don't look at people. Some people get on me for it when I say don't look for the good in people. Oh, that's terrible. I don't want. The good is obvious, and if you have to look for it, that's a red flag. Okay, at least acknowledge that's a red flag. What happens is people try to find the good, right, in somebody where it's difficult to find it, and then they find it, and then that's what they latch on to. That's delusional. That's what lands you on the Dateline NBC story, all right? Anyway, I'm just trying to help, trying to keep my viewers alive, right? I don't want to watch any of you. Well, I don't want to tune into 2020 one day. Well, she was watching a Steve's Love Tarot video, and it turns out. So, and then I find out you're a fan, and you got this. Oh my God! All right. Nobody here is going to make you a Dateline NBC story. I'm just giving you good advice because it's here. This is on a very small level. All right. How do they feel about you? You're fine. Don't worry about that devil. But keep your wits about you. All right. Keep your distance. If somebody gets a little touchy-feely, back off. Tell them to back off. You know, you're telling me you're a page, but you got your hand heading down my pants. What's going on? That's not a page. All right. Right here. How do they feel about you is right here. What they think about you is here, and a potential final outcome is here. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. I think I've said all I need to say. I can stop this reading right now. How do they feel about you? The Two of Pentacles. Frustrated. This dangerous. That's dangerous. Somebody pretended to be a page that's really a devil, feeling frustrated. That's the kind of shit that gets the cops out at stalkers and shit like that. Look, it's intense energies. You're very attractive in August. We know that from the North Node reading. We know it from the monthly overview reading. Okay? And the energies are intense on the backside of the soulmate cycle here from Sagittarius through Aquarius. Very intense. This is frustration. Somebody feels frustrated. They're trying to get in your pants, but you got like 2 layers. Right, it's like crazy, but they're coming across real nice. But they want more, okay? You're not just going down to the Trans Am to smoke some weed. You're not. All right, there's other things waiting for you there. The Star, look at that. And what's this? Somebody here, yeah, the Hermit. Somebody's gone, oh man, somebody's got themselves convinced that they feel you. It's not what I told Sagittarius where somebody's got themselves convinced that they're a soulmate. It's not quite that intense. That person kind of worries me a little bit based on where the devils fell there. Somebody's got themselves convinced that you're everything they want, that they gotta have it, right? I gotta have it. In fact, they have got themselves convinced that they've manifested you. They feel like you're the one that they've been trying to manifest, or you're the one that they dream about. Might have had a dream. I mean, you might be one of those ones who dyes your hair green or some kind of blue color or whatever, and they've dreamt of a girl in a dream, or a guy that dyed their hair blue or green or whatever, and then you show up and you're the only person with blue or green hair, and it can set this kind of delusion off. So I think the other person is being delusional. I think this is cautionary for you. Keep your distance, and you don't be delusional too. We can't have 2 delusional people. All right, that's just fucking crazy. That's where crazy town happens. When we have groups of delusional people, we get cults. And we get weird, crazy things like that. We only need one. Okay, one is enough. And then you need to sort of lay back a little bit. I don't think this is a bad person. I just think they're a little kooky. Can I put it that way? Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. How do they see you? It's 4 of Pentacles. Scared. How do they see you? That's why they're frustrated. You're holding back. They keep trying to stick their hand to grab your ass, and you keep backing up. Why? Probably because I fucking just told you to. Pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. All right. How do they see you? Scared. Frightened. Oh, God. To someone like this, what else? Yeah, the 4 of Wands. I was going to say that's a turn on to someone like this. The frustration just drives it. It just makes them more. I mean, I would tell you, why don't you just let them stick their hand down your pants or grab your butt? But I don't want you to do that if you don't want to. That's not cool. That would be terrible advice. They see you as somebody they've got to have, somebody they want in their life, somebody who's scared but doesn't realize what they bring to the table. So they're trying to be nice. It reminds me of the energy that's usually around people. I see them at the park all the time. Over in Palm Springs, they got this railway thing, or this cable car thing that takes you up to the top of the mountain, where it's much cooler up there. It's like 120 down on the basin, right on the floor of Palm Springs, and then up at the top of the mountain, it's like 50, 65 degrees, something like that. It's real nice, I'm talking Fahrenheit, of course. I know most of the world is Celsius. You're like, oh my God, it's 120 degrees. I know. My point is, up there, when you get to the top, there's these little squirrels. They're really cool. They're really friendly. They're really used to people, but they got to get used to you specifically first. So this reminds me of the energy I get off the people that I see up there, and they're trying to coax the little guy. Come on, little guy, right here. You know, they're trying to be real nice and coax the little guy into coming and get a nut. That's what I get off this person. They see that you're afraid. They know they bring a lot to the table. They know that there's something delicious in those pants, and they're going to coax you like the little squirrel at the top of the mountain. It's funny because it is the same energy. It's the same vibe I get. As soon as I get off of that thing, I always know somebody's trying to get a squirrel to come over. And they tell you not to feed the little fuckers, and people do it anyway. Anyway, they've become very tame, I will tell you. Potential final outcome for you, my little squirrels watching, right? Red with the star card and the 3 of Pentacles. Stop right there. It's a stoplight. I'm drawn to the stoplight. You need to stop. You need to stop this person's delusion immediately. Okay? Hey, stop it. Stop trying to grab my ass. All right? Let's just have a chat. I mean, you got to lay some groundwork with this person. It's sort of like with the star card here. I don't know if this is a test for you or a lesson, or if this is someone you manifested, if you manifested this. I don't know. Sometimes people, look, and I'm not blaming you. I'm not trying to, so don't get on me. I'm just going to teach you something about manifesting right now that I've probably never mentioned before. Sometimes people, when they daydream, manifest, and I've taught you that, and I see that here, the daydreaming, right? A little bit, and they're unaware of what they're doing. And I think that's sort of how your energy's attached here. I think sometimes we daydream fantasies, right? Fantasies, Fabio on a horse, you know, eating, for some reason when he did the, you know, I can't believe you fucking think this is butter commercials, and he was in the woods eating that shit. Why he needs bread and butter in the middle of the woods on a horse, I don't know. But that's the kind of jumbled up fantasy that sometimes goes out there, right? Guy, handsome guy on a horse eating, I can't believe you fucking think this is butter, and all of a sudden you want to bang that, and you don't question why he needs bread and butter in the middle of the forest. It's weird, you know. I get kind of a weird manifest here. I think this is a warped, something comes to fruition for you that's a warped daydream you had once, and I guess you felt it a little too much, and the universe is bringing it to you, okay? I don't know. All I know is all I'm drawn to is the stoplight there. So be careful about that. I'm not saying you don't daydream. But maybe if you have a weird daydream, you let the universe know. You could talk to the energy around you. Let it know, oh, by the way, I don't want that. Okay, just so you know, you can say, stop it. I don't want that. All right? I enjoyed the fantasy while I was having it, but that's not what I want. All right? You can cancel the order quickly. But you can't cancel it too far down the road. All right? You can only cancel it in the immediate moment, in my experience. Anyway. All right. Let's clarify the star. Let's do it. So be careful about that. All right? Careful about that. I don't know. Somebody here's very weird energy off of this person that's coming in here for you. I feel like you do have a soul connection with them. The Hermit does tell me that. I just think you probably know how to handle it better than they do, or it's a soul connection in its infancy. It could be something new that formed in a recent lifetime. I don't think it's this one. But sometimes people, if they're low enough vibration, they don't know how to deal with it. That's where you get the handsy person. That's where you get the person who doesn't know how to, you know, the one who cheats on you all the time. The one, you know, I mean, it's just, that's where they come from. All right, here we go. They don't know how to handle the horsepower. Let's see where we go. Just like the guy who wraps himself around a telephone pole, right? In a car he probably shouldn't have bought. We get a lot of those around here. 10 of Swords, crossing the... yeah. I'm right. Somehow you put out something that you shouldn't have put out. The universe read it, and it's sort of why this is happening. Okay, so if you want to know why it's happening, that's why it's happening. It's not really a test. It's just, we tell you not to manifest and put fears in. Don't manifest and put too much weird shit in. That's all. What's on top? The 2 of Cups. You are soulmates, verifying what I said. Didn't I just say that? Rewind. Right? And there's the 3 of Cups. Yep. Somebody's very emotional. They don't know how to handle the horsepower. That's a lot of emotion. They don't know how to handle the horsepower of this particular connection. And that's what's going on. And see, you want proof? There's the bridging energy, the Five of Wands. They can't handle it. This is the guy who wraps his 500 horsepower charger around a telephone pole all the fucking time in my fucking neighborhood. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. All right. I think you should have to pass a road test to buy one of those fucking things. Or an IQ test, one or the other. They're frustrated. Let's pull on the frustration. Two of Pentacles. But, so somebody's frustrated. It's not a good idea that they're frustrated. It leads to what I would call emotional passive aggression. So in other words, you know, I wish I could. It's very strange sort of energy. It's tough to explain. I could explain it with an example from the old movie Heavy Metal from the late 70s, but I doubt most of my viewers have seen it. You know, but I could totally explain this type of aggression. All right, in a segment from that movie. All right, here we go. Two of Pentacles. What do we get? Eight of Wands, crossing it. Yeah, somebody wants to move forward. Somebody wants to put their hands on your ass, but they can't. And it's frustration. I want to move forward, but they can't. I want to move forward, but I can't. It's frustrating. They're afraid to keep moving back. They don't know how much I bring to the table. They don't know that I'm the soulmate. They don't know that I've got a horse in the woods when I can't believe you think this is butter on bread. All right. Oh, what's on top? The Hierophant. Oh. In the world, the most powerful card I could pull. This is strong. This person sees you there. They've got to have you. You're like bread for the I can't believe you think this is fucking butter product. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, I've described it as best I can. You know, let's just get to the final outcome. Three of Pentacles. All right? I don't know where this person comes from, who they are. It's showing up in the reading because they're a power player in your near future energy. It might happen in August. It might set up in August. The dream, the manifesting might be happening in August, which leads to something happening in September or October. I don't know. But pay attention. That's all. It's a good lesson for you to keep your distance. All right? Somebody's actions will show you that they're not a Page of Cups. All right, you can look, whether this reading's for you or not, it's a good life lesson. It'll keep you off the news programs or off the missing list. Okay? At the end of the day here, watch people's actions, especially if they're being really nice. Oh, this person seems great. Emphasis on the word seems. You know, sometimes we say that subconsciously. We say the word seems. We don't say, oh, they were great. I thought they were terrific, right? We say they seemed real nice. We don't intend to say that very often. It's not a word that comes out naturally very often, right? It is. Sometimes it's subconscious that we say that. So if you catch yourself saying they seem nice, it could be your instincts trying to tell you something. You know. Nobody ever says that about me. I don't come across as nice. I come across as I don't want to talk to you. Why are you standing here? And they stand there anyway. You know. So that's fine. Nobody ever says I'm nice. You know. They don't say I'm overly mean either. I'm just somewhere down the middle. And that's fine. You'll never end up on a Dateline NBC with somebody like me. You know, I got better things to do. All right, let's see where we go. Then throw you in the trunk of a car. Three of Pentacles. Besides, I drive a two-seater. There's no room for you. And it's a hatchback on that. So where am I going to hide you? Right? Three of Pentacles crossing Three of Pentacles. Yeah. You both manifested each other. I think you did. This is all tied with the star. All right, this is a soul connection in its infancy, and somebody here who can't handle the horsepower, and you can. They see you as afraid and not knowing what. They might make excuses. Oh, they're backing off. Maybe they're married or something like that. I don't know. Right? No, you're backing off because somebody's being a little aggressive. Pay attention to that. Their words are pagey. Their hands are devilly. Okay? What's on top? Eight of Wands. It was crossing there. Now it's here. Why is that here? Justice. Yeah. And there's the frustration. Right? Two of Pentacles. Right? Take a look. Two of Pentacles over here, right there, had the Eight of Wands crossing it, right? Your Three of Pentacles has Three of Pentacles crossing it, Two of Pentacles here on top, and Justice. So the Two of Pentacles repeats, and the Eight of Wands repeats, all right? It's fucking unbelievable. I mean, I think it was the Eight of Wands like that and like that. Wasn't it like that? Wasn't that the bridging energy? It's in some capacity. That's it. I'm just blown away by the energy. I'm taken aback by it. And I think you're getting this reading because you fucking fall for it if you don't get this reading. And I don't understand why. Stay back, pull back a little bit, take a look around at what's going on. I've had to say this a number of times on this Zodiac fly-through. I said it in the Sagittarius reading too, for a different reason, but it's the same thing. People will show you whether or not they're telling you the truth. Pay attention to their actions. All right? In the Sagittarius reading, it was more of a don't get snowed by a white coat. There are good doctors and bad doctors. Listen to what they're saying. See if they know what they're doing. Don't just get snowed by the white. Well, they're wearing a white coat. They must be good. That's not necessarily true. It just means they can pass a test. Okay, really, more than anything else. I've come across plenty of doctors that don't know their shit. All right, just like this right here. Again, don't get snowed, right? Don't get too snowed by the fact that this person's being real nice. All right? That's all I got for you. That's all it is. I don't know. I would look at it as a life lesson, you know, a way to hone your skills. You get a chance to hone your skills, your intuitive skills, whatever. You are soulmates with this person. It's just too early days in it, all right? And somebody's only doing it because one side's frustrated and they're saying all kinds of things to get what they want. What do they want? Well, they want to. That's a better picture. They want to grab that ass. Right? It's right there in front of them, right? It's right there in the front. It's right there in front of them. It is what it is. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. I've done my best. Pay attention to the monthly overview, of course, for more soulmate coming your way information. And also read my write-up for the month of August. All right? But this is specifically for Angle 10. This is what I get. This is what the universe wants to warn you about in this particular case. All right? It is what it is. All right, that's your reading. Good luck.